Planning 3 days in Krakow but overwhelmed by centuries of history, day trip options, and endless restaurant recommendations? This video cuts through the noise to show exactly how to experience Poland's cultural capital without missing the hidden gems that make Krakow unforgettable. We're covering the must-see Old Town highlights, a powerful day trip to Auschwitz and Wieliczka salt mine, where to find authentic Polish food beyond the tourist traps, and the insider tips that'll save you time and money while avoiding the most common mistakes visitors make. This is how to spend 3 days in Krakow. Let's dive in. Day 1. Medieval magic in the Old Town. Start your Krakow adventure in the heart of it all, the main market square, one of Europe's largest medieval squares and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Arrive around 9 in the morning before the tour groups descend, and you'll have the Renaissance cloth hall practically to yourself. The square pulses with energy year-round, whether blanketed in winter snow, bursting with summer flower stalls, or glowing under Christmas market lights. Your first stop should be St. Mary's Basilica, the Gothic masterpiece dominating the square. Entry costs 18 Polish zlotys, around $4.50 US, and it's worth every zloty. The star attraction is the Weizstos altarpiece, the largest Gothic wooden altarpiece in the world, completed in 1489 after 12 years of carving. Time your visit to catch the hourly trumpet call from the taller tower, a tradition dating back to the 13th century when a watchman warned the city of Mongol invaders. The basilica opens to tourists at 11:30 on weekdays and 2 in the afternoon on Sundays. After exploring the basilica, grab an oborzanek from one of the vendors around the square. These traditional Krakow bagels topped with poppy seeds or sesame date back to the 14th century and cost just a few zlotys. They're the perfect snack before heading underground to the Rynek Underground Museum beneath the Cloth Hall. This archaeological marvel reveals medieval Krakow through excavated merchant stalls, cobblestone streets, and interactive exhibits. Budget about 90 minutes here, and book online in advance during summer months. For lunch, escape the overpriced square restaurants and walk 5 minutes to Kazimierz, the historic Jewish quarter. Try Restauracja u Babci Malini, where traditional pierogi start at around $8 US for a generous portion. Their basement dining room drips with old-world charm, covered in vintage photos and heavy drapes. Order the classic Ruski pierogi stuffed with potato, cheese, and caramelized onions, or branch out to the meat and cabbage version. Pair it with a bowl of zurek, the tangy fermented rye soup served with sausage and boiled egg that's become Poland's comfort food signature. Spend your afternoon exploring Wawel Castle, perched on a hill overlooking the Vistula River. This isn't just a castle, it's where Polish kings ruled for 5 centuries and a symbol of Polish independence. The castle offers multiple ticket options, so choose wisely. The stateroom's ticket costs around $12 US and showcases royal chambers with Renaissance tapestries and period furniture. For castle enthusiasts, the combined ticket at roughly $21 US includes both floors, plus the royal gardens, and is the best value. Purchase tickets online at the official Wawel website to skip the lines, especially from April through October when crowds peak. Don't miss the Wawel Dragon's Den at the base of the hill, a limestone cave with a dragon statue that breathes real fire every few minutes. Entry costs less than $5 US, and kids especially love it. The path down offers stunning river views and makes for perfect photos. As evening approaches, return to the Old Town for dinner at Podwawelem Kompania Kuflowa. Despite its prime location near the castle, locals swear by this spot for authentic Polish cuisine at reasonable prices. Their pork ribs are legendary, slow roasted until they fall off the bone and served with horseradish and pickles. Expect to pay around $15 to $20 US for a main course, and don't skip the homemade flavored vodkas. A tasting flight of 6 costs about $10. The restaurant's rustic hunting lodge atmosphere, complete with mounted animal heads and wooden beams, captures traditional Polish dining culture perfectly. End your first evening with a leisurely walk through Planty Park, the greenbelt encircling the Old Town where medieval walls once stood. The park comes alive in summer with street performers and outdoor cafes, while autumn transforms it into a golden canopy. Winter brings magical lighting that makes the Gothic spires glow against the snow. But tomorrow, we're leaving the fairy tale behind for something far more powerful. A journey that'll change how you see history forever. Day 2. Confronting history. Day 2 requires an early start, but delivers the most meaningful experiences of your trip. Book your Auschwitz-Birkenau tour weeks in advance through the official website at visit.auschwitz.org. Entry to the memorial itself is free, but guided tours cost around $31 in English and are essential for understanding the site's devastating history. Tours typically last 3.5 hours and depart from Krakow around 7 or 8 in the morning. The 70-kilometer journey west to Auschwitz takes about 90 minutes by organized tour bus, which also handles the logistics between Auschwitz I and Birkenau. Independent travelers can take a direct bus from Krakow's main bus station for about $6 each way, but you'll still need to book a time slot and guide through the official website. Whatever you do, avoid third-party resellers charging inflated prices. The official site is the only legitimate source. Auschwitz demands emotional preparation. This UNESCO World Heritage Site preserves the largest Nazi concentration and extermination camp where over 1 million people perished. Walk through the infamous Arbeit macht frei gate, see the haunting displays of victims' belongings, and bear witness to the gas chambers and crematoriums at Birkenau. It's heavy, sobering, and absolutely essential for understanding 20th century history. Most organized tours return to Krakow by early afternoon, giving you time for the second half of today's adventure. The Wieliczka salt mine sits just 15 kilometers southeast of the city, reachable by direct train from Krakow's main station in 20 minutes for about $2. The mine has operated since the 13th century and became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1978. Standard tickets for the tourist route cost around $33 in high season and $29 during winter months. The tour descends 135 meters underground through nearly 3 kilometers of galleries carved entirely from rock salt. You'll navigate around 800 stairs, including 380 right at the start, so wear comfortable shoes. The temperature stays a constant 17 to 18 degrees Celsius year-round, cool enough to need a light jacket even in summer. The highlight is St. Kinga's Chapel, an underground cathedral carved from salt with crystal chandeliers, religious sculptures, and even a Last Supper relief, all made from salt. The acoustics are so perfect that concerts are held here regularly. The mine also features underground lakes where salt crystals shimmer in the depths, and the Krakow Saltworks Museum exhibits historical mining tools and techniques. Tours last about 3 hours and run in multiple languages throughout the day. Book online through the official Wieliczka salt mine website to guarantee your preferred time slot. The last entrance is typically around 5 in the afternoon, and the mine closes earlier in winter months. After a full day of history and underground exploration, keep dinner simple. Head to a traditional milk bar or bar mleczny, one of Poland's cafeteria-style establishments that survived from Soviet times. Milk Bar Tomasza serves hearty Polish classics like kotlet schabowy, breaded pork cutlet, with mashed potatoes and cucumber salad for around $6 to $8. These no-frills spots offer authentic food at unbeatable prices, frequented by students and pensioners alike. If you need something more substantial after such an emotionally taxing day, Pierogi Mr. Vincent in Kazimierz specializes in traditional pierogi made from grandmother's recipes. Their Sicilian variety with potato, sun-dried tomato, and basil offers a unique twist, while the Russian lift with bacon hits all the comfort food notes. Most plates cost $8 to $12 and will leave you contentedly full. Tomorrow, we're diving into the neighborhood that just might steal your heart, where centuries of Jewish heritage meets the coolest cafes and nightlife in all of Poland. Day 3, Kazimierz charm and hidden gems. Dedicate your final day to Kazimierz, Krakow's rejuvenated Jewish quarter that's transformed into the city's coolest neighborhood. This area tells the story of Krakow's once thriving Jewish community, tragically decimated during World War II, but now experiencing a cultural renaissance. Start at Soroka Street, the district's main square, surrounded by synagogues and Jewish restaurants. Visit the Remu Synagogue and Cemetery, one of the few active synagogues in Krakow. Entry costs around $4, and the 16th century cemetery behind it holds beautifully carved tombstones that survived Nazi destruction. The old synagogue nearby houses a museum of Jewish history and culture, offering context for understanding the quarter's significance. Schindler's Factory Museum provides another layer of wartime history, focusing on Krakow's occupation and Oskar Schindler's efforts to save over 1,000 Jewish workers. The museum's immersive exhibits recreate wartime Krakow through photographs, artifacts, and personal stories. Entry costs around $10, and it's worth booking a guided tour to fully appreciate the complex history. Skip-the-line tickets are essential during summer when queues can stretch for hours. For lunch, embrace Kazimierz's hipster food scene. Andra's food truck on St. Warzenka Street serves the city's best zapiekanka, Polish open-faced baguettes piled high with mushrooms, cheese, and various toppings. At around $5, they're the perfect street food. The number 5 with cucumber slaw and sour cream balances the rich pork perfectly. Grab one and picnic by the Vistula River just steps away. If the weather cooperates, rent a bike and cruise along the Vistula boulevards. The riverside path stretches for kilometers, offering views of Wawel Castle from below and passing quirky attractions like the Forum Przestrzeni art space and seasonal beach bars. Bike rentals cost around $4 to $6 per hour from numerous stations around Kazimierz. Alternatively, spend the afternoon shopping for souvenirs along Józefa Street, where small boutiques sell Polish pottery, amber jewelry, and contemporary design pieces far more interesting than the mass-produced trinkets around the main square. The neighborhood's vintage shops and bookstores reward browsers willing to wander. As evening approaches, experience Kazimierz's legendary nightlife. Start with drinks at Alchemia, a candlelit warren of rooms that feels plucked from a fairy tale, where mismatched furniture and melting candles create an atmospheric vibe beloved by locals and visitors alike. Beer costs around $3 to $4, making it easy to settle in for the evening. For your final dinner, splurge slightly at Smakołyki, which elevates traditional Polish cuisine with modern techniques. Their duck breast with seasonal accompaniments runs around $25, but showcases what contemporary Polish cooking achieves. The historic building's soaring windows and tasteful lighting create an elegant atmosphere, and a pianist plays nightly during dinner service. Reservations are essential. End your Krakow adventure with a nightcap at one of Kazimierz's wine bars. Velowino specializes in Polish wines. Yes, Poland makes excellent wine, particularly Pinot Noir and Solaris. The knowledgeable staff will guide you through tastings that reveal Poland's emerging wine industry. If you're visiting during December, don't miss Krakow's Christmas markets. The main square transforms into a winter wonderland with wooden stalls selling osypek, smoked mountain cheese grilled and served with cranberry sauce, mulled wine, and handcrafted ornaments. The atmosphere rivals any European Christmas market, but at a fraction of the cost. Essential practical information. Getting around the city. The Old Town is perfectly walkable, but trams and buses cost around $1.50 per ride, with day passes at $5. The Krakow card at around $55 for 3 days includes unlimited transport plus free museum entry to 40 attractions. From the airport, take the direct train for around $2.25 or grab a Bolt taxi for $10 to $15. Where to stay? Budget travelers should target Kazimierz, where hostels start at $25 to $35 nightly. Mid-range hotels like Hotel Jan or Miodositnia Aparthotel run $60 to $90 with charm and comfort. Luxury seekers will love Stratum House or Hotel Copernicus at $150 to $300 with spa facilities. Book 2 months ahead for summer or Christmas. What to eat? Milk bars serve authentic meals under $8, while mid-range spots cost $12 to $20 per person. Street food like oborzanki costs under $1. Don't miss pierogi, kotlet schabowy, Zurek soup, and osypek cheese. Polish beer runs $2 to $3, vodka tastings around $10. Weather and packing, summer averages 23 degrees Celsius with festivals and long days. Spring and autumn offer mild weather with fewer crowds. Winter drops to freezing with magical Christmas markets. Pack layers year-round as underground attractions stay cool at 17 degrees. Comfortable walking shoes are essential for cobblestones. Spring and autumn bring unpredictable rain, so pack a compact rain jacket. Smart booking tips. Reserve Auschwitz tours 3 to 4 weeks ahead through the official website only. Book Wieliczka 2 to 3 weeks out. Popular restaurants need reservations a few days ahead in peak season. Most attractions close Mondays, so plan neighborhood explorations then. Mistakes to avoid. Currency exchange traps. Don't change money at the airport or tourist zones, where rates are terrible and commissions high. Use ATMs or reputable counter-exchange offices in residential areas for fair rates. Poland uses the Polish zloty despite being in the European Union. 100 zlotys equals roughly $25 as exchange rates fluctuate. Third-party booking scams. Avoid booking Auschwitz tours through resellers charging $50 to $100 more than the official $31 guided tour. These companies prey on uninformed tourists who don't realize the memorial has an official website. Book directly through visit.auschwitz.org and save money while ensuring legitimate access. The same applies to Wieliczka. Always book directly through official channels. Tourist trap dining. Don't eat around the main market square without checking menus first. Restaurants facing the square charge double or triple typical prices for mediocre tourist trap food. Walk literally 2 minutes in any direction to find better quality at half the cost. The locals avoid the square for dining, and you should too. So there you have it. This is Explorer's Radar, where we uncover the best travel experiences worth your precious vacation time. Which day appeals to you most? Are you drawn to the medieval beauty of the Old Town, the sobering history of Auschwitz, or the hip energy of Kazimierz? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications if it helped with your Krakow planning. And check out the next video for another incredible destination worth adding to your travel list.